Please join me in welcoming Fridolin to the stage.
The problem with the future is that we often don't realize when it's here. So I've come to talk to you about something that makes me feel very honored to live today, being able to witness how dreams come true. The magic you've seen in your childhood novels has become technically feasible. With the help of the technology you've seen here today, we can recreate experience that resembles what you've seen and read about in The Hobbit, the Harry Potter novels, the Midnight Circus, to name just a few. Shape-shifting, levitation, or apparitions, there are almost no limits to what we can technically build using recent advances in our field, in computing, in wearable augmented reality and sensor technology. You might say now you've lost me. Levitation, shape-shifting, apparitions, what's that all about? Well, if you look up a definition in a respectable source, say the Superpower Wiki, you would find out that shape-shifting is the power to transform and reshape the form of one's body. And it looks a little bit like this. A recording which you can easily create yourself with Face Swap or Snapchat apps, like any other of their 100 million daily users. You might say now, well, shape-shifting, sure, yeah, as much figured. But what about levitation and apparitions? Don't you read any comic books? Levitation, same source, refers to the ability to cause objects to hover in the air. Use the force to make it move. And here's an example of that. The person on the left is controlling the flying drone just without touching anything, just with the hand movement. Now finally, the best example for apparition is probably the materialization of a ghost, which you can see here. Well, you can't see it because you would need to have paranormal sensitivity, as I do in this recording. And, well, okay, admittedly, you would have to wear smart glasses, like I do in the recording. There are many more technologies available to build magic, but in these three examples, you've already seen a great variety of them in action. The shape-shifting example uses computer vision and augmented reality to overlay an image over my video picture coming from the camera of my phone. The software detects my face automatically, moves the mesh to animate the mask. The levitation example relies on an infrared laser scanner used for tracking the hand movement of the operator, incredibly fast and incredibly precise. The ghost works with the centerpiece of the next generation of personal computing, with smart glasses technology. People often say to me, smart glasses, like in a 3D computer game? So let me briefly explain the difference to you, how I explain to them. I say, such lenses have a little display inside, just like a miniature monitor, only slightly bigger than your pupils. They also have a camera and a tilt sensor. Some of them even a depth sensor or thermal camera. Other solutions come with body-worn actuators, buzzing, for example, when you move in the right direction or in the wrong direction. The display is transparent, so you can see the real world behind in areas where these little screens do not show anything. Using the camera and computer vision, the glasses can be trained to see what's in your surrounding. For example, they can be trained to recognize objects like the cover of a toolbox or the tail of a helicopter. And the display then can be used to overlay visualizations onto what you see in your surroundings. Or you can stimulate other senses. There's no need to just go visual. This is very powerful. But as any modern-day magician can tell you, effective illusions often require a sophisticated setup to make the trick work. Now, in my lab, the Performance Augmentation Lab in the Computer Sciences at Brookes University, we found that we can use these technologies not just for entertainment, but to enhance human performance. We can use these technologies to support humans in becoming better, quicker, less error-prone, more engaged, healthier. And we can support people to get better at getting better, using reality as a medium for learning and work improvement, for example, in manufacturing environments. Together with our collaboration partners, we look into new approaches and technology for life guidance while training on the job. We can capture what experts do and allow trainees to walk in their footsteps, see things through the eyes of the expert, enabling learning by experience. As we currently investigate in the WeKit project, wearable experience for knowledge-intensive training, where we're developing a recorder solution that records what an expert does to replay and reenact that then with a trainee. The first example shows how we can bring a handbook to life. Seeing what you need to do step by step is more powerful and more direct than reading about it. Animations are very powerful tools, and they require a lot less instruction than if you have to describe what to do verbally, saving time in translation to different languages. What you see here is the setup procedure for a Dornier airjet weaving machine. There are about 15 steps required to get the loom set up in a way that you get most out of it, and weave flawless fabrics at the machine's highest performance. Using additional sensors, like the super-fast 3D scanner we talked about before, we can create virtual presence, just like in the ghost example, but here for remote tutoring. What you see here is an example of a user receiving help from a remote expert. The user films what he's seeing, the video is transmitted to a remote location. There an expert scans his or her hand movement live, and the movement data is sent back to the user and animated in what you see here in the video as the animated finger puppet model. With internet telephony, the user can talk with the expert. With the augmented reality and scanner technology, he can follow their hands-on instruction. Finally, we can make things talk by putting a bit of simple hardware inside and connecting them to the Wi-Fi network. Here are two examples from the area of smart maintenance. On the left, you can see a small relay box. We can make the buttons, connectors, potentiometers talk, not only control what they have been built for, but talk to the live performance aid. This way, users can get direct feedback on their action. Or we can overlay symbols for instruction and react to whether the user does the right or wrong thing, guiding through practice and providing live feedback, providing underlying knowledge and explanation where it is most urgently needed and likely to be remembered. With these new technologies, reality has become a medium, and the boundary between fantasy and reality is more blurred than ever. It's difficult to foresee what the future will bring exactly, but one thing I know for sure, the future of work will be magic. Thank you.